This is more than just a visitor's book. What can you tell me about it?
Well, I believe it's from the Swan Hunters Wigham Richardson Yard, Shipyard on the Tyne, and it lists all the ships that were built during the period of that shipyard's life, I believe. And at each launch, all the visitors, dignitaries, captains, admirals, both local and national, signed a book at the launching of the ship.
It's amazing. These superbly illuminated pages, each one with a flag or a spray of flags. HMS AS Natal, presumably Her Majesty's South African ship Natal, and there's a South African flag and some signatures beneath that, one of whom is the High Commissioner for South Africa. And then it's interesting to note that in the early days we really just had signatures, and we go back to 1911 is the first entry. It tells a tale of the splendour, really, that was British industry in the middle years of the 20th century. And I must say, I think it's the best thing I've ever seen on Flog It, and I'm very grateful to you for bringing it in. The social significance of this, I think, is enormous. How did you come by it?
Well, I believe it was found in a skip down in the area where the shipyards were, at a clearing out of the shipyards, and it was given to me a few years later by the person who found it in the skip. And I've had it for at least 15, 16, 17 years. I can't remember how long now.
It's just staggering that things like this have somehow sort of slipped through the net.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
I mean, you're obviously happy to sell it.
Yeah, yeah. It's lying in a bookcase at home, has done for a lot of years, and I think now's the time perhaps somebody should have it to appreciate more now.
Well, someone's got to get their teeth into this, haven't they?
Yeah, there's a lot of research, yeah.
I'm sure the auctioneers will help us with that. I mean, it's practically impossible to value something like this. As I say, there's homework yet to be done, but I would be inclined to come up with an estimate in the region of £300 to £500, and suggest a reserve of 300. But I must say, I hope it makes quite a bit more than that, and I'm confident that it will. Is that okay by you?
That's fine, yeah.
Excellent.
Well, let's see how it goes, shall we? Trevor, why are you selling this?
Well, I've had it in my possession for some time now, and I've enjoyed it, and I just think it's time it should move on to somebody else who enjoys maritime history or social history of the area.
Sure, yeah. It is maritime heritage at its very best.
It's an important thing, Paul, isn't it, really? I mean, it speaks of a bygone age. Sadly, you go to the docks these days and go to the shipbuilding yards in Newcastle, nothing's very much happening.
Let's find out what the bidders think, shall we? Here we go, it's going under the hammer.
Lot 110, one of my favourite lots, the leather-bound visitor's book from the Swan Hunter and Wigham and Richardsons of Wallsend shipyards. I have one commission bid. I start at £300.
Okay,
10 anybody now? At 300, 310. To my right in the room at 310. 320 anybody? At £310. 20 yes or no? At £310, are we all done?
At the lower end, unfortunately, but it's fine. It's gone.
I had hoped it would make more, but...
Yes, hopefully it's gone to a museum, though, where it can be put on display so people can appreciate it. Thank you so much for bringing that in. That's a lovely bit of heritage.
Thank you very much.
And I am delighted to say Trevor's Shipyard book was bought by Tyne and Wear Archives and Museums to join their maritime history archives. What a great result for all concerned.